ball in it. Haaland! Dreamland in the Champions League for Manchester City.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You good?
Yeah. Between the lines, first board.
Erling, thank you for joining us. Between the lines. This is the competition that Manchester City signed you for. What type of pressure is on your shoulders this week leading up to this big game?
No, it's pressure, of course. It's been pressure ever since I signed for City, but I like it, and it's about trying to turn it into something positive and try to enjoy the game, basically.
You come across as someone who doesn't feel pressure. When I look at you and I see you behind the scenes, some of the footage, even on the pitch, and that transition to the Premier League from Dortmund here to Manchester City, have you found it easy? 52 goals, 52 games, come on, man.
No, of course it's not easy.
But easier than you maybe anticipated.
No, I mean, I knew the team really well when I came here. I've been watching City for as long as I can remember. So the year before, they scored 100 goals. So for me as a striker to come into City scoring goals, I knew I would do it. But of course, I didn't expect to score this many goals.
Mm. So when you came here, what was the thing that made you come to Man City? Obviously, you got family ties here. Your dad played here before. You said you've watched Man City for years. What was the real big key things that made you come to this football club at the beginning? Because some people say, no, is it the right fit and whatnot?
Yeah, no, for me, the football Pep and City's been playing is unreal. You know, everyone knows it. It's the most beautiful football, and everyone knows it. And I wanted to be a part of that, and I felt it could be a really good fit. And I felt also the trust with the people I spoke with, you know, from a bit higher, and that was something I wanted to be a part of. And also with Pep, of course. You know, people say this and that of him, but in the end, he's the best coach, you know. And then with the best coach, to be able to experience, to train with him was something I wanted, and to work with him every single day was also a nice challenge and something that I wanted to experience and to do. So that was also a thing, and also the quality in every place in the club when it comes to physios, trainers. And of course players as well, you know, that's also a really important thing.
You spoke about Pep there and his ideas, and they're brilliant, and everyone obviously marvels at how well he does, and the ideas that he comes are always innovative and new. What's he brought out of you that maybe you didn't expect?
For me, it's about the small details, you know, in the games, how to move, when to move. Maybe it depends on the opponent, of course, because everyone plays different. But it really is about the small details. It's difficult to say now, but against this team, maybe do this and do this different in the next game. It's these kind of small things. And for me, when I came here, I'm still young. I'm still a guy that's going to develop for a long time. You know, I'm still 22, so I'm still going to develop. You know, and that's. Something I also think of, and I feel I develop really good here, both as a person and as a player, and for me in the end that's the most important thing.
52 goals, 52 games. Do you look at yourself, and I see a confidence in the way you even carry yourself, do you look at yourself and go, I'm the best number 9 in the world?
I think it's important to speak good about yourself, to yourself. I think that's an important thing. But in the end, it's not about me to judge that. I know what I've been doing so far this season. There's one game left, so let's still have the feet on the ground. I don't want to answer this. You know how it is.
I didn't expect you to, don't worry.
Nah, so one of them for sure.
Right, well listen, I'm not going to embarrass you no more. Let's break down your season this season at Manchester City. And you look at this here, and you look at these goals, man. Did you expect to score so many in such a condensed area like this?
Yeah, that's where everyone is scoring most of the goals. So for me, it's about being around there. And, you know, it's a good thing to be good at tapping balls in. You know, take an example against Leipzig in Champions League. You know, in the game, I felt I had a magnet to my foot. The ball just came to my feet, and I just shoot it in. I didn't think.
Is this what Pep wanted from you?
Yeah, of course. Last season, I watched so many times the crosses went through the whole box and no one were there. So I was like, imagine myself being there. I would slide that in, you know.
Yeah.
So I was thinking a bit like that when I came here. I'm not the one that's gonna create chances. I have my role in the team, and that's this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. So that's my job really to help the team put the ball in the back of the net.
You mentioned you saw a lot of the games that City played, and you saw the chances they're creating. You can imagine yourself there. Do you watch a lot of tape? Because a lot of young players, it's a really important part, I think, of developing and improving. Do you do that a lot?
No, I don't watch my games at all, actually.
Okay.
I try to think of the next game. I don't try to think of too much what I did wrong and everything. I try to attack the next game. I did it a bit when I was younger, but for me, I was overthinking a bit when I did it, so I stopped doing it. And
you don't watch opponents? You don't watch stuff?
no,
like
I don't watch really anyone. I try to just focus on the next game and to don't think what happened, but what's gonna happen.
Let's look at your goals, man, and all of these are one touch. This is the type of goal that I expected you to score loads of these goals, like this, running through. Because I'd seen you do so many of these with Dortmund. This man on the ball, De Bruyne.
This pass is maybe the best pass I've ever seen or I ever got, because I only had to run around the ball and to put it in the back of the net. I didn't have to do anything. The pace is just perfect.
When he gets the ball there and he's looking, do you even think about anything? Do you just know the ball's coming now?
No, when Rodri played the ball to Kevin, I knew I was going to get it.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it to be that good. I expected to maybe finish with my right foot. Of course, depends on how the ball was.
Do you speak to him about it? And or even before this game, the season starting, this is how I want the ball. I need the ball like this. Or is it just a natural?
Yeah, we trained a couple of weeks together. So, and also I've been watching him for many years, so I know what he's doing, and it's just in his blood, passing these balls. You know, you remember my goal against United at home when I slide it in. These balls, we don't speak about this. I just know. I know it's gonna happen if I'm there. You know, and that's also my job. Getting these balls in the back of the net when he passes these perfect kind of balls.
You must have been licking your lips when you signed, man, because these balls are coming in a lot, and these runs across the ball. They're poachers' finishes. These goals, one touch.
I like
another
this
De
as
Bruyne
well.
one. Do you know what I love about this? This is where I think that you remind me of more of old school. You've got players there. Here you are, in there. 2 or 3 players around you. There's only one thing in your mind there, and that is to break your neck to get there, because you know this guy on the ball is going to hit this space here. Huh? Am I right?
Yeah, no, it's true. And look, Kevin, I don't think he looks. I think he just knows that someone should be in there if he plays it perfectly. And that's why I also was so happy when I scored, because this is something. I love these goals because for me it's about sprinting and being in front of the centre backs, of course, and to finish it, of course. He's so good putting it in front of the keeper and in back of the centre backs.
Yeah,
you know, the
space.
small space. That's what he's so good at, and that's where I should be.
Have you watched players? Have you had any idols that you've watched in those areas, especially when in and around the box, movements, where to be, etc., and the way they finished? Were there any idols or people you watched?
No, for me the best at this is, I think, Ronaldo, Cristiano, because he takes a movement and another one and then he goes. I'm watching a little bit him in games and so on, and also him with the timing and with the finishing. That's also why he's been scoring so many goals, of course. So a little bit on him.
I love that. This goal interests me as well. Some forwards you see, when they pass it and they don't get it back, they go there because you maybe want the ball here. A lot of strikers want that ball return in there for you. It doesn't come, but this is what I love about the way you play. It doesn't come, you readdress your position, get yourself back on side, and you get your luck then, you know?
Yeah, and this is also just a normal tap-in, but it's good that you show that there's a bit behind the tap-in as well, because yeah, and I also knew was not offside because I was watching the centre back. I just tried to get in on side to be on the good side in case of a rebound, of course.
And this type of ball, this is the type of pass that Man City didn't have before you came. They would have been going here, tiki-taka, small passes maybe, longer passes, but this pass into you, into that area, was never, ever, ever a consideration. But now with you, this is the other plan they got, they've done plan B.
Sometimes it's just about putting the ball in and everything can happen, you know. Just in this game when John, you remember when he shot as well?
Yeah.
Anything can happen, you know. And yeah, this... It's a fantastic goal. I love this goal.
What a ball that is by Cancelo!
Oh, I love this goal as well.
Alvarez. The target is Stones. Haaland!
Oh, this one also nice.
Touch from Foden. Haaland!
The way that Man City are playing now, they can only do this because you've come here. The way they've been able to adapt, I think, which makes them so much more difficult to play against. It was just all tiki-taka, perfect style of football, where now they can play over longer distances and really impact the game. And this clip here was a telling clip for me because Pep Guardiola spoke to you, didn't he? And you can tell me what he said, but I saw him gesturing to you about bringing the defender who's with you into this area to create that big space in behind here.
This is, you said it exactly because this was exactly what I said. I think I spoke with him on the touchline like 10 minutes before. But also, you need to have someone that can pass this ball as well. And Ederson is the perfect one, of course, with the power and everything.
This game as well, this is what they could never do. They couldn't do this. They couldn't go from back to front. But now there's something different that they can do. Did you expect this to be the case? That they would play longer to you, or did you think it was always going to be short balls to you?
No, I didn't expect this, but I kind of had a feeling when people, and also if we struggle a bit in the games, I can win the duel, and if Kevin comes in behind me, then it's possible.
Ooh, that for a defender is a nightmare, man. But these are what I love about this. That was Bayern Munich away. Massive game, especially for you personally coming from Germany. Here, Arsenal, you're fighting for the league. Massive games. Again, things, they change in games and all of a sudden, come straight into me. And this is the area of your game that I don't think anybody considered, the way you can bring people into the game. Is that something you're working on as well?
Yeah, of course, I work on it. And yeah, you spoke about the goals, but I also have a couple of assists. And this is, we knew Arsenal was going to come man against man here. And man against this team at Etihad it's not easy. And when we can do this, it also makes the team even more dangerous because they can go long or short. Normally they go short, but surprised with this and Kevin comes after me is also a good way of playing.
Everyone's always asking me, because I play centre-back, how would you deal with Erling? What should defenders do? And I was saying a lot of the time, it seems to me players aren't coming up against you being physical enough sometimes. But Rudiger started to do this. I think I saw Ben Godfrey at Everton doing it with you, and you two were getting into it a little bit. Do you love that? Do you like that?
The thing is, in this game as well, I had the chances. So on a good day, I would be. If you would show all the chances here, I could easily been scoring 2 goals in this game. I didn't, of course.
Aggressive.
Yeah, this is okay. I get a free kick, so no problem. But. Yeah, they did it good. I think if we played a bit different, like we did a bit more at home with the centre backs, this was also good.
You don't mind that, though?
With John and Gundo driving a bit more with the ball, together with Rodri, I think we would be punishing them even more. But it was a difficult game. They did it good. All respect to them.
I I think they made two centre-backs play against you. It wasn't just the one. One comes and one covers, and they've done it well together, and I think you need that.
And then it becomes more space for the others. So I don't mind this.
That's good, you like the fight. And this...
I don't know if he wants to do this. He didn't do it in the second game, though. I don't know why. But the thing is, I like it. You know, I remember when I was coming to England, yeah, it's going to be so physical and so on. And it's true. It's more physical than the Bundesliga. Mm-hmm. And I also like getting a bit blue toes feeling, them pumping a bit after the games, you know. I don't mind this. So there's also something that pumps me up a bit. So, yeah, I don't really mind. But most difficult, we struggled at Anfield, I remember. Van Dijk, I always said it, I think he's so good. But the good thing also about it is that I'm meeting Ruben Diaz, Akanji, Ake in training every single day. So training is not easy as well, you know, that's a really good thing.
So Van Dijk's the hardest you've played against?
Yeah, I think so. He was so good. Of course, Madrid away was also really difficult. I had two men against me all the time, so it was not easy. But Van Dijk is I like him a lot. I played a lot against him, and
he's a bit different,
really
isn't he, as well? He's not as in terms of contact, he'll maybe stand off and read things a little bit more.
Yeah, and he's smart, fast, and in the air is just unreal as well.
So before you go, Inter Milan, what are you anticipating? The old Italian way, good, solid, hard defenders, tough game. How are you going to combat the way that they approach the game with you?
No, I think we have to try to do the same. We're going to have a lot of ball. We're going to have to create things, and I'm going to try to be inside the 16 meter and try to tap in a goal would be nice.
Wayne Rooney was a striker I played with who loved a lot of touches. If he didn't get a lot of touches, still scored a couple of goals, he'd be so unhappy. I'm not involved in the game. You don't come across like that to me. You come across like if you have 6, 7, 8 touches and still score, you're still going crazy.
Yeah, because look at the players we have. With Grealish, De Bruyne, Bernardo, they are the one that should contact the ball all the time. I should not be interrupting them too much with all the dribblings and passes, you know. I should be in the box scoring on hopefully first touch, if not more touches. And I don't care about this touch thing. There was a discussion or whatever back in, I think in October or something.
So you see the media?
It went, yeah, of course I get things with me. But it went a bit more quiet when I started scoring more and more goals, you know. Then suddenly it was nothing more. But I don't care about this touch thing. I don't need to touch the ball really. I just have to be ready here in case the ball comes. And then if the ball comes, I have to be the first one there, being clear here and be ready to shoot, basically.
So you'll be looking forward to doing that at the weekend against Inter Milan. I have to wish you good luck, man.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Really pleasure talking to you. And good luck, man.
Thank you so much.
Record-breaking season.
Thank you.